Evening peeps. Oh, what am I doing? I've gone too far. Gone too far. Click the wrong button. Evening peeps. Welcome back to the channel. Back tonight live for round 4 of the P1RCs Renault Clio Cup. P1RC standing for P1 Race Community. That's what that is. If you want to get yourself involved, get yourself over to Facebook and click all the like buttons, that sort of stuff. Tell them I sent you and get yourself on track. So we are live tonight for round 4 from Sardegna Sea. So if you're regular to the channel, you might have remembered this track from the Monday Minis a few seasons back. It's a pretty quick track. It's pretty tricky as well. These little Clios are going to struggle around some of these corners and they will be carrying an awful lot of speed into those corners as well. So it should be tricky for them and it's going to be interesting for us. So the format tonight, I think qualifying has just kicked off. So we've got a 5-minute qualifier, 15-minute race. Lap of honour. What's that for? Don't do that, boys. Don't do that. So if that happens, that's probably, I don't know, I could be lying, but it's my birthday today, people. So yes, 50 years old today I am. So whether that's for me, I don't know, but that's the first I've seen of that. So we've got a manual rolling start, fuel and tyre wear is on at ×1. We then jump into race 2. It's another 15-minute race. It's a reverse grid from race 1. Rolling start as well to save a little bit of chaos into turn 1. Fuel and tyre wear goes up a notch to ×2, and then we go for a final 15-minute race. Grid positions set from race 2 finishing positions, and that's false start, grid start, and tyre and fuel wear goes up again. They do have to use one set of mediums throughout tonight, and if they use it in race 1, they have to qualify on those tyres as well. Bop is on, brake balance only, corner cutting is on light, so they shouldn't... Mulson01 Gaming, thank you mate, thank you very much. So they shouldn't pick up too much of a penalty. Let's have a quick look at points because I think we're probably going to miss qualifying by the time we get through these. So leading the way is Obi-Wan with 184 points. Mocking Weeks in second with 174. Pilgrim in third. We'll have a look at his bonnet in a minute. 170 points for... We've got Captain Pugwash in 4th, who's offered me things that I can't mention on this channel. 147 points for him in 4th. Tyre Slayer 5th with 127 points. Footer in 6th with 116 points. In fact, right alongside Mutt 36 as well on 116 points. No, stop it. Come on, Smoker. You should know what you're doing by now. And then the bottom half of the table, we've got Ice Chan with 112. In 7th, Skippy in 8th with 90. We've got Ricky J 10th with 87 points. P1 the Dodger with 66 points for 11th. P1 Don 12th with 63 points. We've got 1805 with 32 points. And Vacant with nil point, because vacant means they're not here. So that is tonight. Let's get ourselves in the lobby, see if we can catch the end of qualifying. T-shirts and stickers still available, people. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com. If you want any of those, let me know. Right, make sure I turn the sound on because I missed the start of qualifying on Sunday's race, shall I say. Right, let's put the nonsense on. So what are we? 3 minutes into qualifying. It is Mocking Weeks currently leading the way. 103.889 for him. Pilgrim second. Let's have a look at that bonnet quickly, shall we? Shall we? Shall we have a look at his bonnet? Yeah, there you go. There's me chilling at Donington. That's me the opposite way around, chilling at Donington. Cheers, Pilgs. Appreciate that. So second on the grid at the minute. Ice Chand, 104.3 for him. Currently third on the grid. Using all of that track coming into turn 1. Obi-Wan currently in 4th, 104.6. Skippy in 5th with a 104.8. Tyre Slayer 6th currently, 104.8 as well. Captain Pugwash, holding you to your request, 105.7 for him currently. A footer in 8th with a 105.9. Got Ricky J in 9th with a 106.7, and P1 the Dodger bringing up the rear at the minute, 106.8. So can we get, where is Mocking Weeks? As long as he does a lap, we'll try and get a full lap round here. Oh, gone too far again. Come on, your fingers are going crazy. So, oh look, he's got the Dark Smoker, the Birthday Massacre on the back. I like it. Down towards turn 1, then using as much of that track as possible, trying to catch as much of the curb. You can see these Renaults, oh, just a little bit wide there for Mocking on turn 1. Don't stop too well under braking. We're not on racing tyres, we're on sports soft tyres and sports medium, so not quite as much grip as the racing tyres. Down towards turn 2 then, well, turn 4 really, but you can see just sliding this Renault around turn 4 there. Down the hill, able to carry a lot of speed through here. You've got to be careful though, it wants to push you out wide and your car wants to flip back, and then you catch that wall on the right hand side, then running back up the hill through these little S's and hard on the brakes into this final corner. Great big hairpin to finish us off. Just caught Mocking Weeks getting himself put back right on circuit here, and he comes down to the line. So again, there's not actually a lot to this track. You can see the layout in the top right hand corner. And we get a bit of a handbrake to finish us off. So unless anybody else comes across the line faster behind him, it is going to be Mocking Weeks on pole position, 103.889 for him. Tyre Slayer, oh look at this, you've all got it, you dirtbags. Oh boys, just going to send it, do it. Have you all got some kind of bonkers livery on for me? Yes, down the side window, look. On the back, Tyre Slayer. Oh, okay, we'll have to wait for race 1 for that then. Results, Mocking Weeks on that top spot then for race 1. Tyre Slayer 2nd, Pilgrim in 3rd, Ice Chand 4th, Obi-Wan in 5th. We've got Skippy in 6th, Captain Pugwash 7th, Footer in 8th, Ricky J 9th, and P1 the Dodger 62 in 10th. So race 1 just about to get underway. So false starts will be penalised, you can see on screen. So if you pull away a little bit early, it means you're going to get crashed into in the back because you can't accelerate away from the line. Lights go on then, we wait for race 1 to get underway. And off they pop. Good start by Mocking. Pilgrim's a little bit slow, being swamped a little bit by Obi-Wan and Ice Chand. Overtaken by Ice Chand. Obi-Wan having a look at him as well. Down into turn 1. Hopefully not too much chaos through here. A little bit of door banging on the way through there, but very clean through for lap 1. Mocking Weeks still leads then. Tyre Slayer 2nd. Ice Chand squeezed his way into 3rd position past Pilgrim. Look at them sliding around these corners. Whoa, hitting the curbs, bouncing around a little bit. Ice Chand. Tyre Slayer running a bit slow, he scoops through to take 2nd, carries a lot of speed through there as well. Back up the hill, this is all working in Mocking Weeks' favour though. He's currently got full 2nd already over everybody else. Oh, Ice Chand coming in there absolutely like a rocket. Gets the braking done, closes up, takes a 10th out of Mocking's time into that corner, but loses it again on the exit. Tyre Slayer tucked in his slipstream, then heading down. Start, finish straight. Obi-Wan into 4th, Pilgrim behind him in 5th. Skippy in the orange monster in 6th, being chased by Captain Pugwash, who's found the horn. Ricky J. No, maybe not Ricky J. Someone had the horn. Oh, wide through there for Ricky J. He's on the gravel. Gets himself back on track, but unfortunately that's dropped him to the back of the field. Footer and the Dodger go through. Still holding almost a 2nd lead then, Mocking. Nice Chand, not able to close that gap up really. Tyre Slayer falls back at maybe a tenth or two. One still being hunted by Pilgrim. Skippy closing that gap down as well. Just got a little bit of breathing room behind them. 1.1 seconds back to Captain Pugwash in 7th. Footer trying to close that gap back up. Dodger trying to close that gap back up. And Ricky J, it was Ricky J who found the horn. That's why you crashed. Because you were too busy pressing the horn and not pressing the brake. Weren't you, Ricky J? So we lost a little bit of time then, Mockin down to 3/4 of a second lead. Ice Chan pressing his Renault, trying to close that gap down on Mockin. Still pulling a little bit of time from Tyre Slayer behind him as well. Gap stretched open a tiny little bit, another 10th out of the lead as well, down to 0.6. Into this final corner. Nice and tight there for Ice Chand, right behind Mockin Weeks now. 0.3 of a second, going to get a damn good slipstream down here. He's dropped the toe behind to Tyre Slayer. So the chase is on, flashing his lights then Mockin, just reminding him he's here. Now will we see a move into turn 1? He has a little look, lets Mockin Weeks know he's there. Mockin goes defensive. Stays almost in that middle line. Now Ice Chan closes the gap. Can he find a way through here? Looking to run around the outside into turn 4. Side by side. Mockin Weeks just got the advantage, but Ice Chan, I was going to say, if Ice Chan was able to actually keep it next to him, which he has, he can just scoot around the outside. Mockin Weeks can't carry as much speed through that corner because it's he's cut the angle off. So Ice Chan slots his way through. Tyre Slayer throws himself onto the back of Mockin Weeks as well. Battle on for the lead then all of a sudden. Mockin Weeks losing that full second gap he had to Ice Chand. Ice Chand putting it on him into turn 4, and that's how close Tyre Slayer is, just 0.6 of a second back himself. Top 3 pulled a great big gap over Obi-Wan, 2.5 seconds back to him. He's just managed to keep himself out of danger of Pilgrim behind him as well, just over a second between those two. Captain Pugwash having a bit of a lonely one. Footer having a bit of a lonely one. Dodger having a bit of a lonely one. Well, not quite so lonely. He's got Ricky J slowly closing up on him. Ricky J getting turn 1 wrong because he had a bit of the horn. Had to do some. Oh no! Oh, I've missed Skippy. Skippy's ploughed it into a wall somewhere. Oh, he's all the way back. 8 seconds down as well, Skippy. So I'm not sure where he got it wrong. He got it very wrong to be this far back, I think. Back up front then, Ice Chand now under threat for that lead. Oh, almost contact between the two of them. Has to leave Mockin Weeks. He's got the inside line through here, but that does hold Ice Chand the inside line into this final corner. Mockin Weeks looking for the cutback. Almost. Now it's his opportunity. He is a bit closer than he was than Ice Chand was to him, so gets to pull alongside down this start-finish straight, down towards turn 1. He's holding the advantage still. Can't see him quite. He takes the lead, then Mockin. His chance still right there though. Just dropped Tyre Slayer a little bit, so Mockin wise for that attack that Ice Chan was trying on him before. Stays out wide coming out of turns 3. A little bit wide on the exit of that one. Ice Chan able to scoop his way through again, so he knows how to get around that corner on the inside and the outside then Ice Chan. Oh, Mockin Weeks having a wobble coming through there, losing a lot of time. Now he's got Tyre Slayer looking around the outside in this final corner. McDonald's, I like it. Where did you find that? Brilliant. Stay looking at your livery heading down here. That's not my wife, by the way, on the back of that car. So Mockin then from the lead of the race gets nudged down to third position. He's piling the pressure back on Tyre Slayer though. But look at the gap. Ice Chand has now got 1.4 seconds up the road. Nobody gaining a toe off of him right now. Mockin Weeks then looking for the position back off of Tyre Slayer in front. He's clean through there that time. The hill then towards this final corner on this circuit. Closing the gap up again. Mockin has a little look up the inside, gets the job done, but can Tyre Slayer get him back on the exit? He's carrying good speed through there. It's not to be for Tyre Slayer. He'll still be getting a good toe down here. He might be able to make a move back before turn one. He's not really taking advantage too much of Mockin's slipstream. Closing up a little bit now, coming down towards turn one. He backs off the throttle a little bit. Doesn't want to risk it to turn one. It's a tricky corner to get right, especially if you're attacking another driver. Both clean through there. Gap still at 1.4 between themselves and Ice Chand. They just don't want to grip round these corners, carrying far too much speed around there. The gap's still at 1.4 to the lead. Top three then pulled a great big chunk of time over. It's Pilgrim actually. He's managed to fight his way past Obi. We obviously need to have a look at his livery again. For no other reason than that it's got me on it. Lots. Oh, she, whatever that says, I'm not repeating that. Happy birthday. I didn't say the last letter, so it's alright. So it pulls a little bit of a gap over Obi, 1.5 seconds over him. Again, everybody at the back having a little bit of a lowly race. Let's see. Oh, Skippy's made a couple of positions up then. Even after his big crash, Dodger and Ricky J must have been getting it all wrong somewhere. Ricky J's actually opted for the medium tyres for stint one. Let's have a quick flick through. So mediums on for Fudder as well. Captain Pugwash has gone for the mediums. Mediums on for Obi. Softs on for Pilgrim. That's why he's been able to take advantage of Obi. We've got softs up front for first, second and third. So a couple of drivers opting to get rid of those medium tyres for race one. Again, unfortunately, that did mean you had to qualify them. Oh, very deep there for Ice Chand. He's all over the marbles there. Look how close Mockin Weeks has been able to close up on him due to that. Where is he? So from 1.4 seconds gap, it's now down to 0.5 of a second. Tyre Slayer is now out of this fight. Look how far back he is now. 2 seconds. He must have had a slight wobble somewhere. But the battle brews again for the lead. Under 5 minutes left of this first race. Ice Chand almost driving himself off circuit. Mockin Weeks almost driving himself off circuit, looking for the tightest line possible. He's piling that pressure back on Ice Chand. The gap down to just under 0.2 of a second. Has a little squeeze up the inside, but not quite able to make that one. A little bit tighter through there this time for Ice Chand, but Mockin Weeks has a good exit out of there as well. Gap still at 0.3 and drop in. Goes for the move now then down towards turn one. Again has the inside line into this first corner. Ice Chand knows he can't battle that one. Good exit here though. Try and chase down Mockin through turns 2 into turn 3. Now, is he going to go inside? Is he going to go outside? Mockin's been attacked both times through here from different angles. Not quite close enough this time for Ice Chand. Both drivers. Oh, Mockin! Oh, he's off track. He's managed to keep the hammer down, but didn't lose too much time actually to Ice Chand. Dirty tyres though might cost him as we run up to this final corner. Ice Chand trying to look for a gap through here. Now looking to run around the outside, maybe cut back on the exit of this hairpin, but Weeks getting that pretty well. Ice Chand can do nothing but slot himself back into the slipstream then. Weeks peels over to the inside of the circuit, tries to drop the toe for Ice Chand, works a little bit. He's got a quarter of a second between him, that's not quite enough for Ice Chand to have a go into turn 1. Again, backs off a little bit earlier. Battle between these two, but look at them, they're still pulling time over Tyre Slayer here in third. That gap stretched up to 2.7 seconds. That is as it was. Pilgrim then in fourth, Obi fifth, Captain Pugwash in sixth, Footer right behind him now in seventh. Skippy actually closing the gap up on these two, just 2.7 seconds back. He has been at the back of the pack and 8 seconds down he was. And then the final two drivers, we've got the Dodger and Ricky J battling it out for this final position. Sport soft tyres on for Dodger. Sport mediums on for Ricky J. Still piling the pressure on Dodger though, even with the slower tyre. Way. Dodger's line's not quite as tight as everybody else's. So 1.5 minutes left of race 1. The battle for the lead has the lead has changed a couple of times tonight. Only between these two, Mocking Weeks and Ice Chand into this turn 4 again, and look at them sliding these cars through. Mocking goes off circuit again. Manages to keep that pointing in a straight line. Don't quite know how, because once all four wheels are on the sand, it usually never ends well. Especially when I'm trying to get some turning. Look at the move, look at the move. Mocking goes deep. Ice Chand slings one up the inside at this final corner. Who can carry the speed out? Oh, it's Mocking. He's just able to keep himself in front of Ice Chand. Slots himself back over to this left-hand side of the circuit, trying to drop that toe for Ice Chand, which has worked again. 0.3 of a second between them. Still unable to go for the lunge into turn 1 then, Ice Chand. Oh, he dips a couple of wheels on the sand there himself. Gap 2.5 of a second then. Still getting a slipstream, but is slowly falling away from him. Ice Chand this time. Oh, here we go. Oh, Ice Chand this time. They get a bit of a wobble on that corner. See, that's just cost him another 10th through there with that wobble. Sideways a little bit running up the hill. Mocking keeping it nice and tight, as is Ice Chand. So over that 15-minute mark, this has become final lap. So it is going to be Mocking Weeks that takes a win in race 1 here tonight. Ice Chand is going to come home in second. Great racing between those two. Tyre Slayer tried his best to stick with them, but just slowly fell off the back after he'd fallen off that slipstream. Pilgrim actually closed up on him, takes 4th. Obi comes home in 5th. So the first of the medium tyre drivers for Obi. Oh my god, chaos has just occurred. So I just saw Captain Pugwash was in 6th, but then all of a sudden Footer was in 6th. Captain Pugwash was parked at the side of the track. Skippy has only also just managed to get himself pointed in the right direction. So I'm not sure if Captain Pugwash and Skippy having a little bit of a punch up into that final corner. It might have gone all wrong for them. Well done, Ricky J. Bit of entertainment across the line. So Skippy does hold on to 8th then, but by the skin of his teeth. Dodger takes 9th and Ricky J takes 10th. But there it is, the winning race overalls of Mocking Weeks. Clean race and pole position as well. So there are official results then. Mocking taking that win. Ice Chand taking 2nd. Again, real good battle between those two. Tyre Slayer involved for pretty much half of that race as well. Not quite able to make up any more positions though, unfortunately. Pilgrim took 4th. Obi took 5th. Footer took 6th. Captain Pugwash 7th. Skippy takes 8th. Dodger 9th. And Ricky J that 10th position. There it is. Ooh, race 1 done and dusted. So again, a little bit of a change. It's a reverse grid rolling start for race 2 as well. Stay hydrated, people. Public service announcement. If you can see that, Mocking Week's just popping in the PlayStation chat. So close to death, numerous occasions. Yeah, I think we saw a few wobbles from a lot of you guys. The sport soft tyres obviously just allow these cars to let go halfway around a corner, and you have to give it a good old couple of stabs. You lot can't see me playing with the steering wheel here that I haven't got in hand, it's an imaginary one. You have to have a couple of stabs into some of these corners when the tyres let go, and as you've seen, it has cost a little bit of time here and there as drivers have not quite got it right and run slightly wide. Have managed to keep it pointing in a straight line most of the time though, so fair play. Ice Chan's just backing up Mocking's comment, saying, yep, on the edge. Thank you, Captain Pugwash. Happy birthday to me. There you go. So I hope you're all doing all right tonight anyway. Again, it's been a bit of a warm one. It should be cooling though over the next couple of days. Well, the UK only. It depends where you are in the world. Skippy obviously doesn't give a hoot about what the weather's doing over here. The Australian. What time is it over there now? It's probably about 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, isn't it, Skips? You maniac. What are you doing playing Gran Turismo at this time in the morning with us? If you hear faint hollering in the background, it's my son in his room screaming at his computer and his friends. Even with my headphones on, I've just heard him yawping something, get hold of it, or something like that. So yeah, if you hear a distant roar, that's my boy getting raged at his PC. So race 2 coming up then. Again, it's a rolling start for race 2. The reverse grids always make it a little bit trickier because it obviously puts the faster drivers at the back, and they usually get a better start. They usually can brake a little bit later into the corners. Unfortunately, if we have a standard grid start, that can cause absolute chaos into turn 1 because you end up with 10 cars on a grid. And then you end up, because the faster drivers at the back close up, you almost end up with all 10 drivers trying to get around turn 1 at once. So the rolling starts just stretches it, just leaves a slightly bigger gap on the actual start. You know, they obviously start rolling as they come up to the line. There's a great big gap in between each car. So it does avoid, most of the time, it does avoid a bit of chaos into turn 1. So let's wait for them to get this grid order sorted out, and then we'll go and check out race 2. Don't worry people, even though I'm 50 today, I'm going to have to get messy. So tomorrow night, tomorrow day, in fact, I finish work at midday. I go uptown with the guys from work. I'm going to try and stay a little bit on the level, because work obviously, and A, I don't want to make a fool of myself or lose my job, and B, I've got plenty going on tomorrow night. So there's just happens to be 3 drum and bass gigs on in Leicester. I'm an absolute drum and bass maniac, so there's 3 drum and bass gigs on in Leicester. I know DJs and MCs playing at all 3 of them, so I'm going to try and blag my way into every single one. Try and blag some free drinks because it's obviously the birthday thing and all that. And then apparently, obviously, Dark Smoker, you know what's what. The person that just happens to, my gardener is inviting me around for a barbecue tomorrow, but on Saturday, but I don't know if I'm going to be in any fit state. So after a Friday night drum and bass session, I might not even be awake at all on Saturday. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, my gardener is inviting me around. I had to do that because you couldn't see the wink. That's enough of you, Captain Pugwash. We've been looking at you for far too long. Let's have a look at Ice Chan parked in a wall look. Mocking Week's getting a tag in the rear. Happy birthday, Dark Smoker. 50th, and then those 4 letters after it. So, let's get ourselves involved then. Race 2 coming up. Let's get the nonsense on quickly. That's a grid start. You lied. You told me rolling start. It even says it on the start sheet. Lies. But they are off for round 2. Race 2 then tonight. Again, let's just hope there's not too much chaos into turn 1. Jay leads us down, then he's holding onto that inside line. Skippy might be on for a bit of a result here if he can get past some of these slower drivers. He's already looking around the outside, but it is Ricky Jay into turn 1 then. Oh, Skippy slides one up the inside straight into first position. Nothing Ricky Jay could do about that. Skippy'd set himself up on the way into that corner. Ricky Jay was going defensive. Angles coming out were totally different, so he loses that position. Skippy leads then. Ricky Jay holding second. Obi, oh my gosh. That wasn't footer. It was that man there, Pilgrim, who ran himself almost off circuit. Oh, Dodger powers into the wall. Carries a little bit too much speed through there. Back up front. Skippy still leads then through this final corner. Ricky Jay through that final corner as well. Obi has a little look up the inside, side by side on the exit of that corner. Door banging on the way out. So Obi gets through into second then. Ricky Jay third. Footer in 4th position. Rocky Weeks in race 2 decided to opt for the medium tyres, but look at this, already up into 5th position. Nice Chan right behind him on his second set of softs, so he'll have the mediums on for this final race. Oh, Mockin's got deep into turn 1. Those medium tyres just catching him out through there. Nice Chan's able to go through. Tyre Slayer's able to go through. Mocking Weeks then falls back to 7. Captain Pugwash has actually managed to get his way through there as well. All those drivers on the sports tyres, sports soft tyres. Mocking, no! Oh, not sure what happened there, but I'm sure there's a little bit of an incident between Captain Pugwash just before Mocking got sent a little bit wide. Trying to get back on track and almost took out Pilgrim in the process, unfortunately. There is Dodger bringing up the rear, 2.6 seconds down at the minute, sorry, 3 seconds down at the minute. Skippy then leads, Obi chasing him down, the gap down to 1.4 seconds between those two. Trying to use as much of that curbing as possible to close the angle down on this corner. Again, you can see the tyre marks on the exit of those turns 1 and turns 2, and it will slow you down and get your wheels on that gravel patch. Not able to make up any time yet, Obi-Wan. Oh, again, runs it a little bit wide on the exit of that corner. Seen a lot of drivers doing that tonight already. Again, it is a tricky track with sports soft tyres on and sports mediums. You can see they've had to have several attempts at some of these corners. So Footer comfortably in 3rd, Ice Chan into 4th position. Held that line from Tyre Slayer behind him. Pilgrim up into 5th position as well. Captain Pugwash 6th, Captain Pugwash 7th. Ricky Jay in 8th. He's now under a bit of pressure from Mocking Weeks himself. Dodger actually just 4.3 seconds down at the minute. Skippy's not escaped up front yet either. That gap hanging around the 1.5 second mark. did that say the Cosby Show on the side of your car? Damn! The driver going off track. If you don't know about Bill Cosby, well, another celebrity we all liked that, you know, most of them are involved somewhere in that kind of nonsense. Don't pay attention to any of it. Don't watch films. I don't watch TV. Sack it all off. Hollywood can go and do one, as far as I'm concerned. And all your pop stars. Right, that's enough of my ranting. Gap come down a little bit then. Obi-Wan's managed to take about 3 or 4 tenths out of him. Gap down to just over 1.1 seconds. Blue and yellow Renault trying to close up. Oh, not a clean corner really there for Skippy. Not too bad for Obi. He's got that time down to less than a second now. That slight mistake from Skippy has cost him a little bit. What? Absolutely sideways through turn 4. Almost like he picked up the handbrake on the way through there. Still at 1.1 seconds though between those two. Chan holding on to 3rd position. Struggled to close down the gap on those two. In front, he's 4.4 seconds down at the minute in 3rd. Still being harassed a little bit by Pilgrim. He's managed to get his way past Tyre Slayer as well. Captain Bullwash deep into this final corner. See a few drivers doing that as well. Mocking Weeks has moved in position. He's got himself past Fudder. Fudder's on those sport soft tyres, Mocking on the mediums. In 8th now, Ricky J in 9th. Dodger still, although he loses a little bit of time, he's losing less and less. It's 5 seconds back at the minute. And again through that turn 1, Obi just makes a tiny little gain on Skippy. Cut that absolutely sideways through that corner. Gap down to 0.8 then, getting a great big proper toe now. He can get himself in the slipstream of Skippy on the start-finish straight. He won't be able to make an attack into turn 1, but he'll certainly close the gap down where Skippy will be able to see the whites of Obi-Wan's eyes if he's not got a tinted visor. So gap down to 0.6 then, Obi on the hunt. Getting a good toe down here. Not coming down as quick as I thought. Maybe Skippy gets a little bit of a decent exit out of that final corner. Stays as is, 0.6 of a second then between them. Nice Chand, nowhere to be seen still, 4.7 seconds back. Again, I think it's going to see it's a little bit of a large gap without a mistake from these two in front. I think Ice Chan's going to be able to close the gap up on these two. We'll see though, anything could happen. We are only halfway through the second race. Obi-Wan closing that gap up on Skippy as well through turns 4, 5 and 6. Heading back up the hill all over the back of the Australian now. Looking for a different line on the exit of this corner, trying to cut back inside on Skippy there. But I think he went a little bit wide on the way in. Low 0.4 then. Slowly but surely, lap after lap, he's closing in on Skippy, looking for the lead of this race. Almost hidden behind Skippy now. The fight is on for the lead then. 8 minutes in, Obi-Wan on the rear end of Skippy, heading down towards turn 4. Drivers get this one a little bit wrong. Both keeping it tight through there this time. They know what's on the cards if they mess this one up. Nice and tight through there for Obi-Wan. He gets the better line on the run up the hill. Sling one up inside Skippy in this final corner. Skippy stays on the inside of this one. Doesn't want to give Obi the look. There you go, different lines on the way in. Skippy ends up on the outside of the circuit. Obi-Wan turns up on the inside. Now he will have the advantage coming into turn 1 as well. It's an absolute drag race down this start-finish straight. I think Obi's just got the advantage. Just coming into turn one. Slightly compromised line. Can Skippy slingshot up the inside like he did? No, he can't. Not quite this time. Obi's fully aware of that. Holds the line exactly where it needs it to be. Takes the lead of the race. 9 minutes in then. Skippy now in second. Pilgrim third. Oh, Ice Chan's made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped down to 5th position. Tyre Slayer's got back past him. Captain Pugwash holding 6th. But Mocking Weeks, even though he's on the medium tyres, is absolutely throwing it to the wall. On the hunt for this 6th then. Ricky J up into 8th position. Footer in 9th. Dodger still rolling about. 7.5 seconds back still. Not too bad. Obi and Skippy then back up front. Battle still on. Getting a good toe himself up here, Skippy. Not quite close enough to make a move into turn one. Go then into turn 4. What kind of line was that? Skippy! No! Skips! Oh, Skips. Too tight a line through turn 4, which just pushed him out wide. He's ended up hitting the grass, ended up in the Armco, and that's bounced him back out to the circuit. And look at the gap that's developed due to that. 3.4 seconds, absolutely nothing that he can do now, I don't think, without a mistake from Obi to close that gap back up. Keeps himself well out of danger of this man though. Still 4.7 seconds back to 3rd position Pilgrim. Nice Chan just getting himself back past Tyre Slayer there then. Looking for redemption after having a little bit of an incident. Tyre Slayer not completely given up on that fight just yet. At the back of Ice Chand again. Will he go for a lunge down into turn 1? A little think about it. Keeps himself right on the rear bumper of Ice Chan through turn 1. Slightly tighter line through there as well. .3 of a second in it between these two. Make a little adjustment there, Tyre Slayer. That slowed him down a big chunk. Look, gap between himself and Ice Chan just develops again a little bit. Ice Chan goes deep through that final corner once more. He's done that a couple of times tonight. Weeks now past Captain Pugwash into 6th then. Pugwash 7th, Ricky J still 8th. Footer still pretty close behind him in 9th. And Dodger still 10th. It's a bit of a walk in the park now for Obi. What's he got? Just under 3 minutes remaining in race 2. And he's just managed, previous lap, managed to get about 3 seconds on Skippy, maybe 3.5. Skippy getting this very corner wrong. So he ended up on the grass. He hit the transition between the Armco and the red and white barriers. Unfortunately, those red and white barriers stick out a little bit from the Armco, and it just bounced him out onto the circuit. And that was him. The battle for the lead was over as quick as that. So still some races happening, but the gaps are pretty big now. He's keeping himself out of danger of Captain Pugwash. J keeping himself out of danger of Footer behind him. Dodger just out of danger. Comfortably then at the minute, Obi 3.7 seconds lead, 1.5 minutes remaining on the race clock. So we'll see another lap after this one. You can see that transition. Let's have a look from Pilgrim's point of view. So there's the Armco on the right. You can see those red and white barriers just sticking out. That's the bit that Skippy hit. Unfortunately, it pinged him across the circuit. Oh, come on. I've been doing this 4 years. You'd think I'd know what buttons to press by now, wouldn't you? Probably longer than 4 years. Nice Chando has hauled himself onto the rear end of Pilgrim here. Gap down to 1.5 seconds. He's dragged a tyre slayer along for the ride as well, so it's a little bit too little too late. They've got a final lap to try and battle it out, but I think the gaps are just a little bit too big now. So it's all about Obi-Wan not muffing up this last lap. It's through the danger section. So no, he's not. He's coming up to the danger section. Again, runs wide through there, avoids the wall this time. As does Skippy. But Obi-Wan then, last couple of corners to go for race 2. Hard on the brakes into this final corner. One more race that's coming up after this, and wherever you finish in this race is your start position for race 3. So Skippy will be on pole for the next race, and Obi will be on pole for the next race, and Skippy will be second. So there it is. Obi taking a comfortable win then for race 2. Skippy takes 7th on the horn. Pilgrim. I said the battle wasn't on, but it almost was coming up to the line. Pilgrim takes that 3rd position, and Ice Chan, great battle to come back and take 4th. Tyre Slayer 5th. Mocking Weeks as well on the mediums takes 6th position. Captain Pugwash 7th. Ricky J coming home for 8th. Fudder takes 9th. And Dodger into the final corner. Very busy. Oh, happy birthday, Dot Smoke. I noticed that on the side of yours, mate. Is that happy birthday tune on the front as well? Could be. So Dodger takes that final position then. Unfortunately, that means he starts at the back of the pack in this final race. So there are... Oh, see? Like I say, you'd think I'd know what I'm doing now, wouldn't you? But no, I muff it up most nights. So there it is, Obi taking that win then. Skippy taking 2nd, Pilgrim 3rd, Ice Chan 4th, Tyre Slayer 5th, Mocking Week 6th, Captain Pugwash 7th, Ricky J in 8th, Fudder in 9th, and the Dodger in 10th. So again, race 3 coming up in a minute or 2. And the race finish positions, what I've just read out then, will be the start positions for race 3. Let's hope we get some bit of door banging action. I don't want anyone sent off track. Captain Pugwash is saying happy birthday in between every race. Don't think that gets you out of it. I'll tell you, it's getting a little bit warm in a box room with a PC, 2 monitors, a TV and a PlayStation running. In fact, apart from the mountain bike and the air rifle in the corner, this room is just jammed full of electronics, which is all heating me up. Thank you, Mr. Hepburn, in the chat. Valium Rage coming in. Rawr! Maybe I should have put that in the title. Smoker's birthday stream. Not that it's, you know, not for me, is it? For you lot. 50 laps. I know. I was sat in this chair just before the stream. Right. Because, you know, I'll see the birthday messages in the chat and stuff, and it was like, yeah. And I'm sitting there thinking, no way I've done 50 years, man. There's no way I've done 50 years. It definitely doesn't feel like it. 50 rotations of the damn sun. What? Don't mess about. Nah, I'm not having it. I don't feel 50. You know, I've got within arm's reach. That's a like £4 downhill bike with 8 inches of travel waiting to hurt me somewhere. That's, you know, that's what I do. That was kind of one of our rules, the lads' rules. If I can hurt myself on it, gives a go. Motorbikes, go-karts, bonnet sledging. Yes, bonnet sledging. My mate now has about a foot-long gash up his calf, not up his calf, up his shin bone where the corner of the bonnet went in. Yep, idiocy. If I'd have filmed our downhill mountain biking trips away back in the day, you know, GoPros were a thing, dude. We'd have been like the UK Jackass. I mean, absolutely idiots. We had people hanging out the side of vans, like quads up the road, just you name it. We've idioted it. That's about the size of it. And even when we do go mountain biking, if it's a weekend long session, well, once we finish biking, the same hill will be used for mountain boarding, general shenanigans of you know, if it's raining, we'll jump on coats and do sledging, or just idiots jump off stuff on homemade sledges. Wheelie bin sledging. Oh, well, there's one. I've got my 4-wheel drive now as well. Ooh. But yeah, bonnet sledging, that's 3 people on one bonnet. 2 people on the outside with a stick to give it, I say control, but you know, how much control you got on a bonnet sliding down a hill, for God's sake. Hence why my mate now has a foot-long gash up his bloody shin bone. Ah, dear. If you know Potter, go and ask Potter. He's been involved in most of it. He was away for the first sort of stint because he was working abroad and stuff like that. But right, I better get in. Look, race 3 is about to start and I'm waffling to you lot. So it's going to be another grid start. They've lied to me all night. There's no rolling starts at all. You got vids of the wheelie bin. Nice. Get them out. I'll pull out some of our old shenanigan videos as well. And we're off then for race 3. Obi is going to lead us out. Again, these were finishing positions from race 2, so that's grid order for race 3. Everybody going to be vying for position, trying to get up front as quick as they can. Pilgrim already making a move on Skippy into turn 1, has a little bit of a wobble on the way into that corner. Just manages to hold it, so he does drop himself into second then. Skippy's under all sorts of threat here. He's on the medium tyre. Ice Chan pressuring him through turns 2 and 3. Mocking Weeks all over the back of him as well. Ice Chan up the inside of Mocking Weeks through turn 4. Oh, Ice Chan's gone wide. He just avoids those barriers. Look at this. Oh, almost contact on the run down the hill then. Mickey J squeezing his way past Tyre Slayer. Tyre Slayer, you on the mediums? Yes, you are. I thought you looked a little bit dodgy around some of those corners, not travelling as quick. Oh, Fudder? What? Why, Fudder? Did brakes not work, Fudder? It looked like he ended up ploughing himself into the wall to avoid an accident. Well, I mean, fair play to you, Fudder, for doing that. Yeah, maybe press the brake next time. Dodger hanging on to the back of the pack for the time being. He's got the medium tyres on for this final race. Sports soft tyres on for Obi, race leader. Already pulled a great big gap over Pilgrim. Pilgrim's on the medium tyre for race 2, but actually doing pretty damn well on them. Medium tyres on board for Skippy as well, but Mocky Weeks has got the softs on for this final race. He's absolutely pushing. He needs another win here tonight. Nice Chan pushing it through that turn 4. He's on the mediums for this final race. Mickey J's got the sports softs on for this final one. Captain Pugwash is on the softs as well. Tyre Slayer on those mediums. Dodger on the mediums. And Fudder on the softs. If you just accidented yourself again to slow yourself down, what's happening? A little bit of front end damage on your car as well. So we just jump up front, and Dodger piling the pressure on Ricky J here for 8th. Let's get ourselves up front as we run into turn 1 for lap 3. Obi-Wan, loads of room up front, 2.6 seconds. Pilgrim in 2nd then. Marking Weeks through to 3rd position on those soft tyres. Skippy in 4th on his mediums. Ice Chan on the mediums as well. Watch then into 6th. Tyre Slayer on the mediums, 7th. Dodger past Ricky J also on those mediums into 8th. Ricky J tries to come back at him into turn 4, but unable to do the outbraking. Oh, but Dodger's gone far too quick in there. He's had to hang the brakes on so as not to plough into the wall. Slowed him right down though. Ricky J gets through. Fudder carrying a lot of speed up behind him as well. Be careful he doesn't cause an incident here, Fudder. No, cleanly as they run up the hill. He's just got to make the final corner stick. Switches up the inside then, Fudder. And he takes 9th off of Dodger, unfortunately. This man was storming away with race 2 here already, 3.7 seconds. Mocking Weeks has been held up a little bit on his softs, but now he's been released. He's into 2nd position, 3.8 seconds behind leader Obi-Wan. Only just 4 minutes in as well, so it could be on here. Mocking Weeks, if he can pile enough pressure. Oh, risking it for a biscuit through there. If he can pile enough pressure on Obi-Wan, could be on for a race win here. He's absolutely pressing. You can see this car leaning all over the place, trying to stay to the track while Mocking Weeks wrestles it through these corners. Still at 3.8 seconds though. Battle for 3rd now kicking off. Pilgrim defending. Skippy, oh, a little bit too tight through there. Puts himself onto the grass and on the exit, as does Ice Chand. So mediums on for Skippy, mediums on for Ice Chand. Softs on for Captain Pugwash behind them. Tyre Slayer on those mediums. 2.9 seconds back. Ricky J in 8th, then 1.8 seconds behind. Tyre Slayer 1.1 seconds. His Sport Soft working well for him in race 3 then. Fudder in 9th. And Dodger 10th. Know exactly how far they can press it around that corner. Too much of a press and you're in trouble. Gap still at 3.8 though between Mocking and Obi. Again, Pilgrim, if he can hold this 3rd position, will be on a good result for medium tyres. Just have to have a look at his bonnet again, just quickly. Yep, that's me. It's a rough looking picture. I don't know where you've pulled that from, but I look ill on that picture, Pilgrim. I'm not happy about where you've had that. That one I don't mind. I don't mind that one. I look chilling. Watching cars go around at Donington Park. That's what that was. I don't think my herbal cigarette was that big either. At all. The size of it. Don't get me wrong. You lot won't cope with them, but you know. So the lead then falls a little bit, goes from 3.8 down to 3 seconds. A little mistake maybe from Obi. He pulled some time back through those S's, 3.3 seconds to lead. Sent me the wheelie bin vids. Alright. Where's the damn phone? Where's the damn phone gone? Text the boys, see if they've got the see if they've got the bonnet sledging or something just as stupid. Obi pulls that gap back up to 3.8 seconds. Weeks has made a little mistake himself. Oh, he's put himself under pressure from Pilgrim and Skippy. Again, both drivers behind him on the medium tyre. So it looks like Mockin's caught himself out on that turn 4 and clattered into the wall a little bit. Race lead falling away from him then. 6.2 seconds the gap. Look how close Pilgrim is. Again, it's going to be hard push to go for an overtake on the medium tyres. Mockin Weeks should be able to carry a little bit more speed through these corners. But he's not out of the woods yet, Mockin. It would only take another mistake similar to the one he's just had for Pilgrim to take advantage of that. But again, he just needs to carry that little bit more speed through these corners on those softer tyres. That's how far Obi's just gone through turn 4. Mockin Weeks just going through turn 4 himself now. Again, keeps it out of the wall. So the gap between race leader and Mockin Weeks then is 5.7 seconds. Obi's had it reasonably easy in the last 2 races. Then pulls a great big chunk of time over Obi. He's made a mistake himself. Over Pilgrim. He's made a mistake himself. It's allowed Skippy and Ice Chan and Captain Pugwash to close the gap on him. Good battle going on here then in this midfield. Captain Pugwash not opting for the slipstream, opting for the straighter line instead. So the 4 drivers on screen all got the medium tyres on. Apologies, apart from Captain Pugwash, who we're looking at the rear bumper of. Should theoretically be able to carry a little bit more speed through these corners, maybe take slightly tighter lines. Oh, Skippy, there he goes, slows him right down. Ice Chan goes through, nothing he can do. Pugwash goes through. He's had to stay out of the way there as well. That slowed him down a little bit more, dragging that car down the wall to keep out of trouble. Fortunate for Skippy, he drops from 4th to 6th. Nice Chan going for that tighter line through that final corner. Both of these drivers trying to close up on Pilgrim in front. Mockin Weeks then 2nd. Obi-Wan still finding time here, 7.4 seconds clear. 10 minutes in, it's an easy drive for him now. Holding the fastest lap as well, a 103.7. Mockin is just going to have to settle for 2nd here today, I think, unfortunately, in race 3. Tiny little mistake, just costing him. We saw the same thing happen to Skippy as well. Still holds 3rd, then Ice Chan all over the back of him. Close that gap up on the run up the hill. Scoops past him into this final corner, holds the inside line. Can Pilgrim scoop one back up the inside? It's a drag race now. Ice Chan, I think, just carrying a little bit more speed. Parked right next to him though, really. Needs to keep his wing right about there, does Pilgrim. Nice chance, got to give him room. Racing etiquette. That's enough for Pilgrim to hold that line and take that position, or hold that position off of, and take that position off of Ice Chan. Was it? Yeah, he took it. Straight back up the inside though through turn 4, and as simple as that. And there's Captain Pugwash on the back end of this fight as well. These 2 boys having a battle. Cost them a little bit of time. Pugwash has closed the gap right up. Pilgrim, there's a grey bit and a green bit. Yeah, see, that's what happens when you hit the green bit at full tilt. So Captain Pugwash then very small mistake then from Pilgrim. He must be driving pretty hard to try and chase down Ice Chan, but it's costing him positions. Captain Pugwash on that softer tyre. He's in the inside line down into turn 1, so it should be easy for him to take this position. We can see Pilgrim brake early, go for the slightly tighter inside line and cut back up the inside. Oh, he thought about it, but Pugwash was fully aware of what was going to happen. Held on to it again. He's on that softer tyre, so it will run a little bit faster, be able to take slightly tighter lines through these corners as well, as long as they've still got the grip. Tyre Slayer dropped it down to 8th position, then Fuller's got past him. Ricky J in 9th, Dodger 10th. So 13 minutes into the final race of the evening. Obi holding a 5.7 second lead. Can come down actually, so maybe a little mistake from Obi, but nothing really to shout home about. Mocking Week still in no position to go for a move into any of these corners at the minute. The pair of them keeping themselves well out of danger of everybody else. 7.2 seconds behind is Ice Chan. Finally past Pugwash with that little mistake. Finally past Pilgrim with that little mistake, and Pugwash managed to get through as well. Skippy on the comeback at turn 4 wrong, and then just tried to stay out of the way as... Not sure what happened there. I think Pilgrim got either turn 1 or turn 2 a little bit wrong. Got a wobble on coming out of that one, and I'm sure he ended up almost taking out Captain Pugwash. That's allowed Skippy to get through. Captain Pugwash then work on his hands now in these last, it's going to be the last minute now. So final lap coming up then. Across the line for Obi. 1 to go. Mocking Weeks still 5.9 seconds behind him again. It's going to be hard push to close that gap up. But the cheeky boy on lap 12 has just taken the fastest lap of the race, 103.7. Obi's just got to take it nice and slowly then, nice and calmly. Nice line through there. Weeks absolutely sideways through there. Bottom of the hill then, running back up. Final corner for Obi-Wan to negotiate. There is the 15 minutes, a few more seconds then before he crosses the line. Final lap shows up on screen. Obi is going to take race 2 and race 3 win here then. 5.8 seconds up the road from Mocking Weeks as he crosses the line. Great big handbrake from himself as well for second. Ice Chan held on to third. Pilgrim just... No, he doesn't take fourth. Skippy comes through to take fourth. Pilgrim takes fifth. Captain Pugwash almost, but unfortunately he stays sixth. Tyre Slayer going to come home for seventh. Ricky J is going to take eighth. Footer ninth. There is the Dodger. P1 the Dodger 62. Going to take the final position then tonight. Dodger comes home in 10th position. And there it is. All 3 races tonight done and dusted. Again, tricky circuit with these cars and these tyres. The front wheel drive cars never like going around corners in the first place. But yeah, with the slower, not quite so grippy tyres, it makes for a bit more sideways action coming into those. So there is official results for race 3 then. Obi with the win. Mocking Week second. Ice Chan third. Skippy fourth. Pilgrim fifth. Captain Pugwash in sixth. Tyre Slayer 7th, Ricky J in 8th, Footer 69 Eng in 9th, and P1 the Dodger in 10th. Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out what happened between Pilgrim and Captain Pugwash then. Again, it just looked like Pilgrim got a little bit of a wobble on coming out of turn 1. Just maybe slammed into the side of Captain Pugwash. Slowed him right down. But there we go. No problem, gentlemen. No problem at all. Yeah, some good racing overall in general. Can't complain. So that is pretty much going to be it from me tonight. I am back on Sunday night at 9 o'clock for the next round of the P1 boys again and their GT World Series. So they were GT3 class cars, big spoilers, big aero, big engines, grippy tyres. Captain Pugwash again saying happy birthday, no problem. So that's Sunday night, and then Monday night we attempted the DSC Premier League sort of look back, if you like, on Monday night, but drivers weren't ready for it. I turned up in the lobby half an hour early, so that's going to be Monday night at 8:30. Again, it's a look back at some of the other DSC Premier League seasons, so it's different cars, different tracks over a 6-week period. Let's get out of that. And that's what we've got coming up. So Sunday night 9 o'clock, Monday night at 8:30, and then back same time, same place next week for the Renaults on a Thursday at 9 PM as well. GTTCC, so the Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship, coming up at the end of July. Someone remind me, 26th, does that start? Have I got my dates right? Let's have a look here, shall we? Due of the lie. Yes, so I think it's Friday the 26th at 9 PM as well for that one. So that's GT4 class cars. It's almost like touring car. But there'll be several different lobbies, about 5 or 6 different lobbies, maybe 7 different lobbies with, you know, a lobby full of aliens, a lobby full of not quite so aliens, and a lobby full of the, you know, people who've just started and who are no good. No problem, Mulson. No problem at all. The rest of my name day. There you go. Thank you very much. I will do. Most of the chaos is going to happen tomorrow. That's when I'm actually going to go out and get smashed and stuff. So that's tomorrow night. 3 drum and bass gigs on. I know people playing at them all, and I really shouldn't be going at 50 years old, but screw you guys. I'll do what I want. All right, that's about the size of it. So that's pretty much going to be it from me tonight. I hope you've liked what you've watched. Again, back on Sunday night 9 o'clock, Monday at 8:30, and then back same time, same place, 9 o'clock on Thursday for the next round of this. But yeah, that's going to be it from me tonight. I hope you've liked what you watched. If you have, give it a like, a comment, subscribe, share it out. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dart Smoker. I'm out of here.